we are talking about Trump's Sweden comment is raising a little bit of questions. So let me break this down for you. So at a rally with supporters in Melbourne, Florida, President Trump referred to what happened last night in Sweden during, that's what he referred to. The president clarified his remarks later on Sunday, posting on Twitter that in reference to a story that was broadcasted on Fox News concerning immigrants in Sweden. The tweet confirms suspicions of many that Trump's remarks stem from a Tucker Carlson's show Friday night in which the host interviewed Amy Horowitz, a filmmaker who tried to tie Sweden's taking in asylum seekers to the increase in violent crimes in the country. But there wasn't a terrorist attack in Sweden.
Which is what they were that was the frame of the conversation.
That was how he framed it. Right? And that's how it was said. He was like, you see what's happening? You see what happened in Sweden last night? This is why we have to build a wall and ban the refugees. He went further and to the point where this embassy of Sweden said, the United States said, we're looking forward to informing the U.S. Administration about Sweden's immigration and integration policies. He's being trolled by them. And then he went on, the embassy went on further to say, it's unclear to us what Trump was referring to. Have to ask U.S. officials for an explanation. This is all from. And then a Swedish official, the former prime minister, Carl Bildt, said, Sweden, terrorist attack? What has he been smoking? Questions abound. Yes, indeed, America, it is true. So our president made up a terrorist attack.
This is the second non-real terrorist attack that we've heard. Of course, there was the Bowling Green massacre.
Now, here's my thing, America. Anything the president says, anything that comes out the president's, stay with me, I'm going to bless you. Everything the president says creates policy, it changes how government operates, changes the world order to some extent, especially when you're something international. So that would mean, stay with me, that when the president says something, it becomes news, right? So what happens if the president says something that's untrue or fake? We would then call that...
Mind blown. Is that fake news?
That would be called...
Hashtag fake news?
Fake news. So the president likes to label everything as fake news when his administration and him personally...
is creating fake news.
Is responsible for more fake news than any American journalist in the past 40 some odd days.
Now, I want to piggyback off what Richard just said there about saying, okay, whatever the president says makes news, right? So the president is someone who, when they speak, it can't be off the cuff. I mean, I think that's a huge mistake that Donald Trump makes, and I don't think he understands that when he speaks, every time he speaks,
it makes news.
It's the United States opinion. It's not his personal opinion anymore. It's the United States opinion.
Sorry to interrupt, but that is why, if you don't know this already, America, the president is followed around, literally followed around by what we call the press corps, the traveling pool, the press pool. There's like 6 journalists that follow him around because...
Can you imagine following Donald Trump around as his press pool?
And it's rotating, so it's not the same people every day, right? So because the news understands that in order for them to do their job for the American people, us, you have to follow everything the president says because whatever he says makes news.
Right, and I think you saw with President Obama, with President George W. Bush, with Bill Clinton, with George H.W. Bush, whenever they speak, someone is preparing remarks. It's checked over, like maybe the chief of staff reads it, maybe a department head reads it, and then the president is just the guy that delivers the words from the government.
And that creates news.
Right.
And when he says something that is...
he just made up.
That's fake news. Anyway, we're moving on.